What's up all flight simmers, it's Ole here, or Norshuttle, and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing yet another long haul, and today we are in the United Arab Emirates in the Middle East, and we are in the city of Dubai at the international airport there. Today we are going to take this beautiful 777-300ER down to Bali, or Denpasar in Indonesia. This flight is operated by Emirates, and the number is 360, Emirates 360. This flight will take us around 9 hours, and we shall cruise initially at 330 today. Right now we are in a turnaround state, so we have yet to program the aircraft, and while we do that we can let GSX do its thing. I grabbed GSX level 2 the other day, and while it is a little bit pricey, I think it's really cool. And maybe we shall see someone when we land in Denpasar, as we have Saudi jetways there. But that's really it for this flight, so let's go ahead and get ourselves to Bali. Alright guys, welcome to the flight deck of the 777. Probably one of my favorite long haul aircrafts to date, after the A330, but as you know we don't have that in the sim yet. So now we are going to start prepping this aircraft for departure, and load in some weights and all of that stuff. But before we do that, we have to get this plane ready for programming. And the first thing I want to do is to get some lights in here, because it's a little bit dark in here. So let's just see if this will work. Kinda. Okay, let's go quickly over the overhead and check some boxes. So we have the ADR route on. We have both electrical powers to on. We can use both emergency or external powers even. These ones can stay as they are. Emergency lights can be armed and on. 13 phone to on. Window hoods are already on, and we can wait with the hydraulics for pushback. And seatbelts are off. We haven't started fueling yet. Light panels are good. Fuel pumps are good. We haven't loaded any fuel as said. Anti-ice not required, and we have all the lights as required. We can turn on some packs and start cooling down the aircraft a little bit. Dubai is a hot place indeed. I've been there once before, and what wouldn't be worse than to get into a hot and humid plane. So that's the overhead done. Now what I want to do is just quickly set it up here. So we have HPA here. We do not do inches here. Oops, inches here in the United Arab Emirates. As far as I know, it's only the US who uses it, which is typical. They need to have everything from themselves. Let's just open the checklist here and just check the oxygen. We have one on here, so that one is working. We have one over here as well, working good. And then we have one here, also working, so that one is checked. So flight instruments, they are all working today, and we can set our parking brake, and fuel control switches are to cut off. Okay, now we can start by doing our weights. So let's head over to the right hand FMC, which is the one I like to use with fuel and payload. So today, according to our flight plan made by PFBX, we are grabbing 215.1 in the zero fuel weight category, which will give us a load of 67.8, so not full. They probably do quite full flights to Bali, but this is what we are giving now. And the flight plan says that the trip will be using 68.4 tons of fuel, and that will give us a endurance of 9 hours and 6 minutes. And the release is 77,987, which will give us 1 hour and 40 minutes. So that's what I like to do, is just to round that up to 80,000. So then we will have plenty of fuel for our rather short haul when it comes to long haul. So that is the payload and fuel. We can also confirm the fuel with 80 kilos per thousand here. So we will have 31.3 tons in each wing tank, and then 17.4 in the center tank. Awesome. Let's now start settling up the plane. The ADRUs are ready to go. So we are at Echo, oh, I almost went. Echo Mike Delta Bravo. Parked at Bravo 23 today, which is where the real flight departed just some hours ago. We shall grab that position and we shall have all aligned. Awesome. Now we have made a company route, so we can go into our FMC and 777 routes and find there is OMDB VAD 001. So request that. And departures out of Dubai today is done via runway 12 right, and we will be departing out of here via the ANVIX 5 Golf departure. So this one is now uplink ready, so let's load that into our FMC. Pretty simple stuff, pretty straightforward. So while that is going in, there we go. As I said, the 12 right is our departure, and we are UAE 360. And then it's perfect. Activate that. And then we can copy the route in case we mess something up, which is probably likely to happen. And before we do the perfect, let's just go ahead and select the ANVIX 5 Golf departure. Like so. Execute. Alright, so perf init, let's just check over the numbers here. We have 8 tons here, and then 215.1. We will have 7.8 reserves today. Cruise altitude of 330, and according to the flight plan, we will do some step climbs on the way, all the way up to 370, so nothing much. Cost next of 85. Not sure if that is the correct one, but we will go with that. And that's pretty much it for this page. So I accept that, so it will be executed. Then we also have the wind data uplink ready, but we will use that later on. Today we aren't that heavy, so we can probably do it a little bit of the rate. Oops, that's one. No, oh, that's so silly. Do a climb bond then. Maybe we can do like 20. Will that do? No. I honestly. Oh, okay. Screw it. I'm not that familiar with temperatures, but or should we use? No. Never mind. Let's just skip this for now. I'll learn it some other day. Today we are going to use flap 5 for the departure. And we have a CG of 26.3, and that gives us some speeds. V1 163, VR or rotate is 171, and V2 is 181. So let's stick that into here. Come on, then left, right, run, then 181. That's pretty quick. And runway heading is 120. There you go. And there are no people online today, so we will go straight up to 330. Grab the outer brake on the way, and like so. There and there. Okay, cool. Then we are pretty much set for that one. So we have done the MCP. So we have a V2 speed of 181. We have heading or track on 120, and altitude is straight up to 330. That is also our takeoff speeds. We have done our pre-flight. Trim should be 5 units, and we will set that once we once we start our startup procedures even, but we can check that anyways. And for taxi, if you then grab our Navigraph chart and find Dubai. So we are parked here on the concourse B, and we will push back, go around here, and then in like so to Kilo 1, and then straight out of here. And this is the departure out of 12 right. That's what we will be doing today. So it's a pretty straight out departure. So nothing special. Alrighty. So that is the taxi and takeoff briefing. And right now we can start our fuel pumps on with the APU, and we can start our seatbelts. Now I can't remember this order again. I think it is this one, and then this one should take out the light, and then this one with the lights out, then these two, I think with the lights. There we go. And then these two. Probably wrong, but I know. That's what I've been heard or told even. They might be superbly wrong. Let's just also quickly, before we forget it, just change this one to 2000. And then that looks pretty much it for the setup of the aircraft. So let's head out now and see where GSX is. You can see that the flap for the APU is now up, and we have started our APU. Something interesting with the jetway here. Don't know what's happened there. Okay. Looks like the GSX is ready. So now we have APU on, says here on the screen, and we can also see that the secondary power is being cut off. So we can also take this one off, and we can thereby remove all of these. Awesome. Okay, we are actually ready for departure, so let's ask GSX to push. Straight push back. No. Remove the jetway that's stuck in the other one. That's always great. We can close all the doors, all 4 of them, and then we can wait for this one, arm the doors. So that is the first one on the list checked. Awesome. State the latest page here. Then we can take the beacon on, and that completes our before start checklist. Right, GSX is ready to go. We are ready to go. Let's get over to Bali. Parking brake released. We are starting our pushback. Everything looks good. Start the right hand clock. If you can, oh, this one. 2 minutes to 9, perfect. And then we will wait a little bit before we start our engines. Set our transponder to XPDR. Alright, let's start the engines. Number 2 first. Wait for it to spool up a little bit. then we can shoot in the fuel. I have heard some stories that you actually can start both engines at the same time. The system is that powerful that they can start both engines at the same time, but we will do it the old-fashioned way. And the lovely G90s in the background. Can never get tired of that sound any day. Lovely sounds. And there we have the tick out. Let's start number 2. No, number 1 I mean. There we go. And that's the push done. And I cut in the fuel. Awesome. Okay, our engine 1 is coming up nicely now. So we have 2 successful engine starts. They are the tickouts. Awesome. Now here he is. So now we can take you guys to auto and set a trim of 5, like so. And then flap 5. That's probably in the before tax checklist when I think about it, but hey ho, I have little time. I want to get out of here. Can't wait. Okay, so GSX has told us that we are clear on the left and the right, and they are now waving us a goodbye. And even though I hate GSX with all my heart, it is nice of them to say goodbye. Okie dokie, let's see here. So, before taxi checklist. So, anti-ice not required, recall is checked, air brake is RTO, flight controls. We can go full right, checked, full right, checked, full forward, checked, and full backwards, checked. Rudders, full right, checked, full left, and checked. Neutral. Speed brakes are up, checked. That is the flight control check complete. And the ground equipment is also clear. And yeah, that's the flight tech. Right, then we just need the lights, and we can turn off the, where are you, there, APU. Awesome, let's start our taxi towards the gate, to the to the, what's it called, the runway, Jesus. Taxi to the runway. Give it a little bit of throttle, and then start spinning around. You can turn on the TCAS there. And when I were in Dubai back in 2016, I think, I tried out the A380 simulator at the Dubai Mall, and the guy who well, kind of helped me flying it, he was actually running for the A380 program for the Emirates, for being an Emirates pilot. And he told me that one of the most important things at Dubai when being a pilot is to follow the lines, the taxi lines, as perfect as you can, and also not taxi too fast. So while we were taxiing on the ground in that simulator, he was super like, hey, keep your eyes on the line, follow the line precisely. So and I mean the whole operations at Dubai is just impressive as hell. It's that many flights going in and out of there every day. It's really cool. We got a cabin is ready, which means that all our beloved passengers are ready for departure. We'll see how many we have again. We had 5 in first class, 28 in business, 206 in economy. So nothing much. Those lucky people in first class there will get having a great time, and also getting to a nice country as well. Awesome. That's probably one of my biggest dreams of my life, to fly a first class on an airline. Okay, so we are now taking the, not this left, but the next one. Let's also put on some stuff here as well. Lovely. Let us just see if, yes, it is online. I'm tracking this on projectFLY, which is a pretty good logging software, or it's more of a, it's not a virtual airline like we are used to. Oh, it's too fast. But it is a, it's so hard to describe projectFLY. It's more of a, call it a sandbox, where you can fly whatever you want. You can fly real world schedules like we are doing. You can create your own fleet, and then you can then fly them as you want, and obviously log hours. You can also get special achievements, like flying into Gibraltar or flying into Paro in Bhutan, and get, like, you know, badges or trophies. And you can also fly with friends, I think, in the future. So a lot of cool stuff. I have definitely stopped using like specific VAs. I used to flew for one of them was actually Emirates Virtual. But like now, when I have projectFLY, I can fly whatever I want, and I can like collect everything into one place, instead of having 200 hours there and 400 there, and yeah, no, it's just a mess. So I feel it's way nicer to just have it all together. And by the way, feel free to add me on projectFLY. I'll show you what my name is. So this is my name. This is the scary creature. Valak the Demon is my profile name, but this is obviously my name. So please feel free to add me. I want friends. Right, awesome. So we are now approaching Kilo 2, and we will be using Kilo 1 today, just to be sure. We have a rather high V2 speed today of 181. That is pretty quick. No, yeah, it's pretty quick. But the amazing thing with this 777 is that it gets up to speed quickly, and the GE90s are workhorses. So no issues there. All right, we are entering our runway. So let's turn right here. Runway 12 right is identified. And on with the lights. So we have landing lights on, runway turn-offs, taxi to off, and strobes to on.
Approaching. 1, 2, right.
Thank you, Ross. That was generous of you. 1, 2, right is confirmed. Alright, rolling onto the runway now.
On runway. 1, 2, right.
Like so. Okay, before takeoff checklist, flaps 5 are set. And that is the before takeoff checklist completed. And before we go, I have to do one thing. I know they do that in real life. They arm LNAV and VNAV. So that is pretty much it. We are ready to go. So hopefully we will get out of here in one piece. So let's go. My clock on the left hand side is on. Get the power up to 40%. And toga. Lovely sounds there. Airspeed alive. $80, checked. Oh, we could definitely done this with a D rate if I just knew how to do it. Alright.
V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
V2.
Don't get a tail strike now. Airborne. Positive rate, gear up. Lovely stuff. 1,000 feet. Autopilot. And we are in the air. Over there is Sharia or Sharia or whatever you call it. And we are leaving a beautiful Dubai behind. So see you soon. Okay, flaps up. After takeoff checklist, landing gear is up and the flaps is now coming up, passing to 3,000 now. Transition altitude in Dubai is 13,000 feet. So we shall now just follow the departure out of here. Okay, landing gears up and flaps are up. After takeoff checklist is complete. And now we don't have any checklist before our descent, so let's put in the fuel. Like so. Awesome. And here's the confirmed one. We have transition altitude at 13,000 feet. Awesome. Lovely stuff. And since we have a pretty much straightforward departure, we can take on the off the seatbelts pretty early. Doesn't really hurt. Alright guys, then we are safely out of Dubai, and we are now inbound lube up, I think it is. No, soon lube up. It's Delta Bravo 469, which is the constraint we are going at. We can probably now just quickly do a little direct, just do direct analytics, like so. Awesome. And once we hit Anvix, we are actually out of the country. Then we are in Oman. So the UAE is the biggest country in the world, but it surely is a great one. Okay, 8,000 feet now, and we are gaining some speed up to 250 now. And we can see that we are on our way here. Nice, 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 nice. 13 hours it says here. I don't think it takes that much. It's just down here. But yeah. Anyways. And now we are approaching 10,000 feet, which is landing lights off. Alright, lovely. We are safely out of Dubai. We had a great departure, and now we are flying progressively against Bali in Indonesia. Obviously we will now just have some cruise, or climbing first and then cruise, so that's pretty much boring to watch. So what I will do is I will leave you with some cinematic shots, and then I shall see you once we start to plan our arrival to Bali, which is probably in around 7 or 8 hours, who knows. But until then, enjoy these cinematic footage. guys, welcome back to the flight deck. So now we have started descending. As you can see, we are passing through 24,000 feet any second now, and we are slowly progressing towards Bali. I've already put in our arrival, so let's have a quick look at that. We will be using the RNAV approach 409 via the Batuk 1 Charlie arrival. And in terms of approach ref, we will select flat 25 151 +5 configuration, and I've chosen ORBX 2 today, just in case. So, as for the weather today, we have a pretty nice situation. We have partly cloudy skies, temperature of 27 degrees, that sounds lovely, and a dew point of 23 degrees, and a surface wind of 160 at 9 knots. And we have great visibility, no precipitation, and we have a pressure of 1013. Now, in terms of arrival, this is the chart for the RNAV 409. So it's basically just straight in, and then we will be at a certain point. 3000 is at QTA, and then we will probably do a manual landing. The go-around altitude is 280 today for the LNAV and VNAV, and the go-around is at 3000. So, what I think we can do now is we can go to the checklist page and see that we are ready for our next step. So recall is checked, note is checked, outer brake set to 2, landing data was 151 for speed, and flaps was 25, and the minimums was 280. Let's just stick that in there before we forget it. There you go. And approach briefing is completed. So right now we are aiming for 10,000 at KSAP, and then we will do 3,000 here at QTA, which will be our kind of fixed arrival, and then we will do the manual from there. So that's the descent list checklist complete. Gotta get some speed brake out here to slow us down, and here we are on the map. So we have been flying for almost 9 hours now, not 13 like projectFLY said. So we are flying over the tip of India, and then some parts of Malaysia, and now we are here in Bali. Looks like there's one other guy here coming in. Nice one. He's using X-Plane apparently. British Airways from Guangzhou to Bali with a Lufthansa 7478. That's interesting. So here's the runway here. It's a pretty cool approach into Bali, I must say. And we are using Aerosoft Bali today, the scenery from there. So we will have a great scenery on arrival. Speed is coming down nicely now. And transition altitude is 11 today. Like so. more drag. So our fuel calculations was pretty good. We will be having around 12.7 tons left when we arrive, which is it's a good. I always feel it's better to have too much than less, if that's understandable. Okay, we can now put on the seatbelts. Sorry. And we can. Is it 3,000? Something about Norwegians and the number 3. We say 3 or the 3 or. It sounds so bad. So. Chaseplane, Kare, and then Kuta here. And then the Goran is essentially just turning right and then holding again at Kuta. So that's pretty easy. $30,000 feet, so we will reset our barometric pressure to 1013. And let's just enter some speed fixes here. Like so. Alright, 10,000. Landing lights on. Start to slow us a little bit down, so we won't be too quick or too fast. The plane is now aiming for 8,000 at carried, so that's why it's pulling a little bit up now. We can actually just check this approach one, the approach checklist, and anyways, because we are at 30,000 and that's the go round as well, so we can check that. Start by doing some laps. Ah, perfect. Slow down to 180 now, and get some help from projectFLY. See that speed is now coming down nicely. We need to be a little bit quicker down here, so we don't miss the Cura point. Can be a little bit less aggressive here. Use one little bit of three brakes again. Cabin is ready. Nice. Okay, so for our speed we will do 151 plus 5, so that's 156. Okay, cool. Oops, what happened there? Oops. Wrong button. Nicely. right, at 5,000, let's do gear down, then flap 50. I think there we have it. The airport inside. Alright, there we have the airport. Got 20. So we are a little bit early on the altitude here. We should be at 3,000 here, but yeah, we're soon arriving, so we shouldn't be pitching too high for too long. You can put last stages of lap 25 for today. You know that the glass shop is coming down pretty slowly now. Can oh, that went. Landing gear list, speed brakes armed, landing gear down, and flaps 25. And we have runway in sight, and since we have good visibility and everything is ready for landing, why not we just do this manually. This is my aircraft, and then we will keep the outer throttle in for some time, and we will probably disconnect it later on. So we are too high at the moment, but we can easily correct that. Just putting the nose a little bit down. And we are fully configured by now. If we can just get down here. There we have one red. Okay. Taking out the autopilot. We have a pretty nice crosswind today from the left, now to on the right, I mean. So that's why we are struggling a little bit with being a little bit off center. But that shouldn't be a problem. That is checked. Try now to correct some of this.
Approaching 09.
Wonderful. Try not to get that.
500.
4 reds. Try not to get that. Looking good so far.
400. Plus 100. 300. Minimums.
Continue. Ah, there we are. Perfect.
200.
A little bit low, but we will be alright.
100.
Keep it centered there. Threshold.
50, 40.
Idle.
30. 20. 10.
Get it down. Oh. There now.
Long landing. Long landing.
That's right.
Long landing. Long landing.
We have aero brake 2 today, so we can brake pretty quickly.
4,000 feet
80.
remaining.
Aero braking. We will skip this exit.
3,000 feet remaining.
And we landed spot on 9 hours. Awesome. And we shall exit here on November 2, I think it is. Yes, November 2. Wraps up, and let's start to clean up. Okay, we shall use gate 24 today, like so, which is there. Now hopefully Sony will work today. I mean, you all know Sony for being a similar product to GSX. Works sometimes, and sometimes never works. That's how it is. But it looks like we are lucky today because we have no front stairs, which is a good thing. You can hear the APU roaring up in the back, so that we are ready for shutdown in any minute now. Okay, taxi light off. And then slow down a little bit. There's stand 24. So let's just go a little bit past it because we are a long aircraft. And then to the right. Just give a little power so we don't have to look like a noob trying to park this. There we go. Lovely. Now, do we have some markings here? Yeah, we are going on the last one. So you are probably going to ram this guy up. So if it shit a little bit. I'm gonna come and kill you, GSX guy. You might be okay. There you are. Alright, parking mix on. We have APU running, so we can shut down engines. And we have a block time of 9 hours and 16 minutes. We take off the transponder now. Off with the beacon. Off with the seatbelts. And we can ask the mister to deboard us. Okay, so jetway 1, which will be this one, I believe, to this one. No, that's not correct. Nice one. Oh well, let's just use one, so we don't have to fiddle with it. That's not professional. Let's see. We will have some ground power and air conditioners as well. Let's connect those. Off with the APU. Off with these ones. We can take these ones off as well. And then we can do the doors. We did number 2 and the one in the back. Does it have a one? Yes, it does. And then obviously the cargo. Okay, and then just quickly the shutdown checklist. So hydraulic panel is set to off. We can turn off the fuel pumps. Flap strap, parking brake are set. We really don't need that now when we have shocks on, but hey ho. And fuel control switches are cut off, and weather radar is off. So guys, there you have it. Welcome down to Denpasar or Bali here in Indonesia. Apart from the pretty much horrible landing, we got down safely here on the ground. Took us exactly 9 hours today, which I'm really happy about. I really like these 9-hour flights. They are just the perfect length. Like 10 and over is just starts to get a little bit too much. But anyways, that's really it for me for this time. I hope you enjoyed this flight with me, and until next time, I shall see you in another video. Goodbye!